For years upon years upon years, I have been a vehemently staunch fan of Call of Duty as a franchise, despite the fact that each year there are some issues. But overall, it's quite literally the safest game one could choose, a game that you know what to expect each time, until they somehow make the expectations bad, or they for some reason rush the game, or some other nonsensical thing that changes things, whatever else is out there. If you're wondering why it took me so long to make this video, I have no explanation. Moving on, today we will be talking about the Black Ops 6 game, which I sometimes refer to as Blop 6, and see if it's a really good one or a really bad one, and the fact that I may or may not have crashed out over Black Ops 6. I didn't, just letting you know ahead of time. Or maybe I did. Maybe you need to stick around to find out. Listen, controllers are expensive these days, alright? I'm not crashing out over Call of Duty. Where am I? Never let him know your next move. I'm gonna stop yapping now and get into the important yapping.
Need you on the door, Case.
Yeah, okay, I'm getting to the door. Chase is on the case. Oh, I'm gonna start with the campaign because why not? I'll get into the multiplayer in a second, just bear with me on the campaign here. Black Ops 6 continues after the events of Black Ops Cold War, which is a campaign that I actually personally found some enjoyment in. It had a healthy mix of stealth and the stylistic Call of Duty gunfights that we all know and love. Despite Cold War releasing under probably the worst circumstances for a video game, like COVID, and I'm pretty sure they made the game in a year or something insane like that. In any case, Treyarch delivered as best as they could, and despite the hate that it got, I relatively enjoyed the multiplayer in Cold War as well, but Black Ops 6 has been an experience. The Black Ops 6 campaign starts out with members of the CIA being grilled over their involvement in the death of a guy named Alawi during the 1991 Gulf War when Iraq invaded Kuwait. Basically, they had secured Alawi but got attacked by some mercenaries from a group called Pantheon, because we haven't gotten enough mercenary groups in Call of Duty's universe yet. Then, out of the smoke and stuff, Adler from Black Ops Cold War shoots Alawi, because he can just do that. You know, because he's Adler, he likes to shoot people. Jump! Oh, great. Okay, cool. I'm jumping. I'm taking initiative here. That's more like a slip and slide than a jump. There's so many rocks, bro. That's gotta hurt. Mostly. Oh my god, it's Adler! Well, he's not alright. I like how they stood there and just like, he came out of the shadows, that whole dramatic entrance, and they were like, yo, what? He clearly had a gun. Exposition, thank you. CIA traitor, yeah, we know he shot us in the last game. Some members of the CIA team being questioned are suspended for their dramatically awful crash out in Kuwait, but they're still operating underground. I don't know why they don't just take a vacation. That's pretty much how the game opens. Basically, throughout the campaign, you play as William Calderon. I think I don't remember his name to tell you the truth, but his name is Case, who I refer to as Chase, like Paw Patrol. You know, Chase is on the case. Anyways, Case is basically what you would call your average Call of Duty protagonist, especially when it comes to Treyarch. He's insanely overpowered, can do finishing moves on juggernauts and stuff, which is crazy, but yeah, pretty cool. Overall, the campaign was a pretty good one from a story perspective, not the best, but there were some things that really ticked me off a bit and some things that I really did enjoy. Firstly, there were a lot of cool moments such as the emergence mission where Case has a sort of psychotic break because he gets drugged and he starts seeing zombies. Now, this kind of feels like a completely different style to the Call of Duty campaign system because usually we don't really see zombies in the main campaign, though I thought it was pretty creative and a pretty fun change compared to the standard Call of Duty campaign structure. It at least added some level of differentiation. It was a little bit long, like it felt like multiple Call of Duty missions in one, but it was sort of like Atomic Heart if Atomic Heart was actually good. It also had a bit of a Doom flair to it in a way, because you had to retrieve key cards and stuff, and I don't know, it just kind of felt like Doom. In any case, you also get a grappling hook, so that was the selling point for me. A lot of people on the boat, too bad. Their night's about to be ruined by Chase on the case. I'm gonna keep calling him, oh wait, where am I going? Right there. Okay, we can kill him now? Cool. We're gonna align the shot and kabammo! And now we have ensued chaos. Maybe next time, don't be a bad guy in a Call of Duty game. Alright, here we are. Exit the van after selecting your weapons. Oh, okay. Me personally, I'm gonna take the pistol, because that's awesome. And then, alright man, we get it. And then we're gonna shotgun or I just, you know, this is a very difficult decision, you know, it's kind of like shopping for, that's funny. It's kind of like shopping for something like really awesome. I don't know what I'm saying right now. Okay, let's just go for this one. SMG. Chateau de la Haute Lune. Just kidding, I can speak French. I don't know why I said it wrong. It's because it's funnier to say things in a wrong fashion. Okay, there's 2 guards there. Well, I'm gonna do the smart thing and loop around. Oh, there's a guy. Okay, well, I'm just gonna take him out. There we go. Now he's dead. So what was the point of that, huh, pal? However, there is one mission where you're in the desert and you have to destroy some Scud missiles or whatever. I don't care. I don't even remember the name of the mission because it pissed me off. I did not want to play an open world game in Call of Duty. I play a lot of open world games, trust me. I've played every Assassin's Creed game to date, actually. I do not for the life of me want the one game I played to get away from open worlds to become an open world. They experimented with this apparently in Modern Warfare 3. I don't know. I didn't play the campaign for Modern Warfare 3, the reboot, I mean. I really hope they stop this stuff because, I mean, I'm just playing the campaign to shoot stuff, okay? This mission felt like a Warzone tutorial too, and I basically skipped all the optional objectives because I didn't want to do them. We even had a need something Bethesda-esque dialogue moment, like guys, come on.
Need something?
In any case, the overall vibe of the campaign combined the Cold War style with some espionage spy missions. There was one like sequence in a casino that was basically just Ocean's 11. There was a lot of standard Call of Duty run and gun stuff. Those were fun. However, there were lots of armored enemies and I didn't like that because it's like Warzone and I'm not the biggest Warzone defender, to be fair. I mean, I played DMZ in Modern Warfare 2, but I wasn't playing like standard Warzone. I'm not a huge fan. This is crazy. Look at the destruction we've caused, but we saved the world, so that's what matters. I'm ensured that he is done. You want me to check again?
Burn in hell, Sadie.
Alright, we've checked. I think we're good. I think he might be done for. Wait, I want to see the violin. I used to play violin actually. I want to see it move. Oh, I should have probably paid attention, but let me see the violin first, please.
I'll keep an eye on the gun.
Thank you. Could I just see the violin? That is an expensive violin. Yeah, violins can be really expensive. I know that. I used to have a violin when I was younger. It was really cool being able to play it. But it is quite an expensive. Am I supposed to pickpocket this guy? Moving on from there, one thing that disappointed me about the story was the fact that the Gulf War stuff felt like it was pushed aside, and honestly, I was excited about this campaign because it had to do with the Gulf War. I felt like that was an era that Call of Duty didn't really touch before, and it's pretty underrated in a lot of war-related media, so I thought, hey, Call of Duty should do this, and then they did it, which is cool, but the way they did it wasn't fun. It didn't have like those dramatic, awesome set pieces like in Modern Warfare 2 from 2009. It was just okay, and then they wasted a lot of it on that weird open world mission in the desert. I wasn't a fan. Outside of the war stuff, it was overall fun. I think that it had some interesting story elements. There was some conspiracy floating around in the story. You know, you like your Manchurian Candidate style Cold War stuff. It earned some points for creativity in my book, but I didn't like the homestead money stuff. You have like a house and you gotta pay to like upgrade things. I don't know. I didn't like that stuff. You know, it kind of felt like they were turning COD into an RPG and I'm not a fan of that. But Case is a cool protagonist. I won't lie. He's genuinely one of my favorites. He doesn't speak. Most amazing protagonists in Call of Duty don't, like Ramirez. I like to imagine that Call of Duty protagonists just stare ahead and say nothing. I think it makes the experience a little bit funnier, in my opinion, not too funny, but a little bit. Now we're gonna move on to the multiplayer, which is everyone's favorite crash out session. I'm just kidding. Most of my opinions here were prior to Season 1. I don't think anything is gonna be that different. It's the same game, but yeah, anyways. The multiplayer is what you'd expect it to be, a Call of Duty game. I know some people really like to overanalyze the multiplayer, but I'm just gonna come outright and say it. I've played a lot of Call of Duty games, and I mean, the differences are pretty slim. I know that might be an unpopular opinion, but basically the core of the game is you have guns and loadouts, you shoot other players with said guns, cool. Now for the more nitpicky crap, firstly, the camo grind this time around is a bit more tame. I mean, you have to get mostly headshots on most of the weapons to unlock the base kind of camos, which is fine in my opinion. That turned out to be a lot easier than I expected. You do kind of have to play a lot to finish a lot of weapons quickly, and I don't play that much in a day, but which did kind of make the camo grind a little bit annoying. It happens in life, it's usually kind of annoying, but whatever. whatever. I think the camo grind was better than the recent Modern Warfare games. Headshots are not really that hard to get in this game, surprisingly. It just takes, you know, like I said, more time because I don't really play that much in a day, so I'm aware that some people out there have already gotten dark matter, but I don't have time for that, so whatever. The weapons themselves are about as expected, so there wasn't really anything to criticize there. I mean, they're weapons. You got your standard assault rifles, sniper rifles, yada yada yada.
What does yada, yada, yada mean?
I like the way the weapons work. Is that constructive enough? No, but seriously, the weapons are nice. I like the assault rifles. You got your trusty AK, M4, whatever. The pistols also feel better in this game compared to Modern Warfare 2. I can actually, you know, get kills with the pistols in Black Ops 6. Also, I don't know if this is the case, but the time to kill does feel faster than Cold War. I think it might be, honestly. I feel like I'm being too positive. I need to start saying rude and mean things and insult the game and its guts. How is this a YouTube video about Call of Duty with positivity? The UI is fine. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it's fine. I don't know how I'd fix it. I don't really care to think about that because honestly, like I said, I don't care. What else am I supposed to talk about? Oh yeah, the maps. I've been playing Nuketown exclusively, so I don't know anything about the maps. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I've mostly been playing Nuketown 24/7, but I branched out to try the other modes like 10v10 Mosh Pit or the quick play stuff. I mean, the maps are fine. I'm not sure if there's something to praise, but not all of them are the absolute worst. I think it honestly depends on the game mode because some maps were great for stuff like Hardpoint, but terrible for team deathmatch. Also, if you want to experience real chaos, 10v10 domination on Nuketown, that was probably the most insane experience. I loaded into a few different maps over the course of my playthrough, and there was the Saddam Palace or whatever. I didn't like that map. I didn't think it was that fun for multiplayer. In the campaign, it was fine, but in the multiplayer, it wasn't. There was a map with water and boats, which was, I thought, bad for team deathmatch, but it was fine for Hardpoint. I don't know, the map kind of irked me because there was a lot of water. What other maps are there? I lost my notes, to be fair, my non-existent notes. I told myself I'd remember these things, but I never remember them, so the notes in my head are lost. Does that make sense? Nuketown is, in my opinion, the best map. It's Black Ops, of course. Nuketown is everyone's favorite. I know I'm generic, it is what it is. I just play mostly on it because I like the map. It's easy to figure out, and the camo grind is just more manageable on Nuketown. However, like I said before, the other maps are okay. Some are good, some are bad, some are terrible, some are decent, some are mid. It is what it is. It depends again on the game mode. I felt some were more catered to other game modes than others. But anyways, unless you treat every mode like team deathmatch, then maybe this doesn't matter. The game modes aren't really anything to talk about much, and I don't mean that they're bad. It's just like they're standard, typical stuff. I mean, I enjoy having different game modes because team deathmatch can get boring sometimes, but it's not really fun when nobody in your team is actually playing for the objective. I swear I've loaded into so many matches where I'm doing great, I'm doing everything, I'm carrying the team, I'm trying to get every stupid domination point, but nobody wants to get B. Once you lose B, it is a fight, okay? Once you lose that point, it's a fight. Enemy team has the hard point. Yeah, I'm aware. Everyone just wants to camp at spawn and not get the hard point, so I have to suffer and suffer and suffer some more as I get destroyed by smoke grenades and flash grenades and frag grenades, which are unusually lethal in this game, and whatever else there is in this stupid game. Now the question on everyone's minds, skill-based matchmaking, is it noticeable? I don't know if I'm just used to it after so many Call of Duty games, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be, or maybe I'm just a tryhard and this says something about me, but it feels okay this time around. Like, it's noticeable, yeah, if I do particularly well, the next game destroys me a bit, but it's not as insane as I thought it would be. I found that some lobbies wouldn't get disbanded either, so I did have some games in a row with the same people on the opposite team and on my team, which is interesting. I'm not entirely sure if the way it's done this time is just different or if I'm not noticing it, but it's not as bad as I expected. I've heard some people talk about skill-based damage. I don't know what the hell that means and I don't care. That's pretty much what I have to say on that point. I literally forgot the most important change though. Army movement. Army movement is probably this game's most talked about change, but honestly, I'm not really feeling negative about it. I actually like it. It's funny, you can do silly things with it. It did make the gameplay feel a little better, more fast-paced, stuff like that. Like sprinting backwards and whatnot is fun because at least I can get away from grenades without you need to turn around and sprint. Makes life a bit easier. I'm not a movement sweat. I don't like that stuff. It's like weird to look at. It's kind of nauseating. I don't know. But the Omni movement makes the game a bit funny. I've seen some great clips of people just like launching off of roofs and whatever. It's hilarious. I think it just adds to the game something different. I don't mind it at all. You can also slide backwards, do some fun jumps, 360s, things like that. I also like that the loadouts now come with a I also like that the loadouts now come with a melee option no matter what. It makes my life easier because now I can grind different weapons at once and not worry about needing to make a knife-only loadout. I have also noticed that there isn't a riot shield, and I really hope that I never have to ever see one in the multiplayer because if there's one weapon I can't stand in Call of Duty, it's the riot shield. I don't like it. I wish it was never added to any game in Call of Duty's lineup, maybe ever. No riot shields. I'm starting a political movement where our only objective is to ensure the permanent removal removal of riot shields from Call of Duty. I don't have a name for this political party yet, but I'll come up with one soon. The Battle Pass is out as of me writing the script, and it's a bit different than some of the ones we've gotten in the past few games. You had the map style Battle Pass, but now it's just like Fortnite's Battle Pass or whatever, where it's split into pages of content. You unlock stuff over time. You still have to have the tokens, but it's not as convoluted, I think. I don't know, it's just the Battle Pass at the end of the day. Please ignore the fact that I upgraded to the Vault Edition. I'm a very financially responsible person when it comes to in-game cosmetics. The skins aren't going to be realistic milsim stuff, so if that bothers you, I'm just warning you from now that they aren't realistic. I don't really care much about that. It's just kind of a game where I shoot stuff. Some of the skins are bad, some are cool, some are goofy. It's Call of Duty. Take your pick, you know? I think for the most part, the multiplayer is one of the best we've had in a long time. I genuinely do find myself playing this game pretty much every day. Even though I decently enjoyed Modern Warfare 2, I didn't really play it as much as I am playing Blob 6. I think the movement coupled with the fast pace of this game just makes it a more enjoyable and rounded experience to me. Not sure what exactly I enjoy the most about it, but I just know that I'm having fun with it, and I think that that's what matters. Maybe. Now for the most exciting part of the game, zombies! I love Call of Duty Zombies. I'm sure we can talk all day about Call of Duty Zombies and how Call of Duty Zombies is fun. Black Ops 3 is definitely iconic. Vanguard was insanely mid. Modern Warfare zombies were zombies. World War II zombies were pretty scary. They were okay. Black Ops 2 zombies is insanely memorable, but Black Ops 6 zombies, well, what's the verdict on that? The verdict is that it's fun. There's your insane, thoughtful verdict. It's fun. I wouldn't say it's the best zombies ever made, but it's not bad. In fact, I had fun with it. It's got your classic zombie stuff. The Wranglers are evil. There's solo play, which is great because that's usually my go-to, as I don't play with other people much. I'm a dinosaur after all, and it's a bit tough for a dinosaur to make lots of online friends, considering that my species is either dead in a museum or just dead in general. In any case, we don't need to discuss that point further, but zombies was fun. I liked it. There's some cool stuff to do. The voice lines are funny. The map is fine. I like the maps in Black Ops 2 and 3 more. I think we need to bring back Transit because that was the most memorable map maybe ever made in Call of Duty, or it's just nostalgia. I don't care. That's my opinion. Probably popular. Again, I don't really care. I'm gonna be real for a second here though. I never really paid attention on how to play zombies properly, so I had to learn a bit with this game, but once it clicked, it was damn fun. That's what it was. Zombies is typically just that mode I play for fun, so it was nice to have something to do that wasn't involving a match with other people and, you know, me crashing out. I feel like to discuss zombies on its own, I may need to make a whole video about it once I actually, you know, get a bit better at it or something. Yeah, I think I might talk more about zombies later because I have a lot more to say and I don't really want to cut all of that short just for this video. Alright, for the final verdict on if Blob 6 is any good, my answer is, drumroll please, I'm just kidding, yes, it's good. I actually think this is a solid Call of Duty. It's one of the more fun ones to release in recent times. The movement feels good, the guns feel fine, there are some things that are definitely not perfect, but I do actually like this Call of Duty. I mean, in any case, if you like Call of Duty, you end up playing it every year no matter what, then you'll most likely enjoy this one. The campaign was decent, but apparently according to the Xbox achievements, none of you people are playing the campaign because I kept getting the stupid rare achievement pop-ups. I don't know if it even matters to anyone at this point. It's not the best campaign in the lineup, it's fine. The multiplayer is about what you'd expect. I don't like most of the maps. I think that that's the case every year for me anyways though. Gunplay is good, there's some balancing issues, but I mean that is to be expected. They fix that stuff up every now and then they hit you with a 30 gigabyte update or whatever it is. It's just the way this game ends up being half the time. And then I have to like get annoyed that my storage is being taken up and, you know, whatever. All in all, this game is what I would consider to be definitely worth playing. If you have Game Pass as well, 100% you should play this. If you don't and you do want to buy it, just buy it. You know you're going to at the end of the day. I mean, come on. Maybe wait until the holidays. I don't know 100% if Call of Duty goes on sale around Christmas. I usually get it at launch, but if you really want to wait it out a bit, go ahead. So far, it's in a playable state on my end. I played on both PC and Xbox through Game Pass. I didn't find any issues thus far on PC especially. Yeah, like sometimes you get like that packet loss stuff, but nothing that like broke the game. Didn't really crash or whatever. Overall, it's a pretty solid Call of Duty game to me. I had way less issues with this one than the previous titles. I don't know what you guys think, but do let me know in the comments below if you're enjoying it or if you agree or disagree or slightly agree, semi-agree, something like that. I don't care, whatever, you know what I mean. And yeah, subscribe, like, share, whatever that other stuff is, and that's all for today, folks. I didn't really tell you guys if I crashed out or not, so the answer is not really. I'm not breaking my controller over a video game. There's no reason to. That's kind of a bad idea. I also play a mouse and keyboard, not really controllers, so I'm not breaking any of that. It's not worth it. It's just Call of Duty, guys. Come on. I mean, I do get mad if that's, I don't know if that's considered crashing out, but I get mad. Like, you know, you get a little mad, yell at the screen, then you realize that the person on the other end is probably also mad at you and yelling at you, and they just kind of sit there where you're sort of like a dumbfounded state where you're like, maybe I just ruined someone's day. I don't care. I'm gonna stop talking now. See ya.